Hey Aries masculine. So this reading is for those of you who identify as the masculine energy in a twin flame connection. You're an Aries sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign, or have strong Aries in your chart. Okay. And your feminine will be the other twin we're reading about. I thought I'd do things a little bit differently since there's some time off. Yeah, or you could be watching because your masculine is an Aries. Either way, I'm happy you're here. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. So just be mindful of that and take what resonates, leave the rest. I am on Patron and I am on Instagram. The information's in the description box below. If this helped at all, please like, share, comment, and or subscribe. And let's get right to it. Okay, so very interestingly, we've got a couple here. We have the Winged Wise Ones, Angelic Help, Miraculous Aid, and then the Lady of the Gift, Generosity, Receiving, Withholding. Okay, so we have the Wise Ones here. I'm just going to show you in case there's something significant that really calls to you in the imagery here. I think it's really important, especially because we are getting so many signs and syncs right now. It's it can be overwhelming. It's not super overwhelming, but it's sort of like, was that something? Was that something else? I am seeing something about angel feathers. Maybe you're seeing a lot of feathers lately. So for some of you, you feel like there's a lot being withheld from you. There is a lot going on behind the scenes. We know that in any connection, that's not new. What you don't know is you're being guided. You're being given aid. You're being given help. Again, I'm going to do my best to try and read for the masculine, so be mindful of that. The energy is interchangeable, though. So there is also, I'm being shown where once something was withheld, it is going to be given and open. There's an energy that I feel like the angels, your soul guidance team, what have you, are helping shift the energy of holding in to giving and opening. Okay, so perhaps where you felt like you had to hold back, you're no longer wanting to hold back. Like it's sort of this energy of it was safer for you. You were protecting the other person by not sharing with them everything that was going on with you. Okay, very interesting. All right, let's see how the connection is affecting you right now. This is the Aries masculine in a twin flame connection. It's a group, it's not all, but it will resonate with some. Okay, how is it connecting, or how is it affecting you? Yeah. So we have the Five of Cups, okay, and we have the Page of Coins. What I find interesting about this combination is the Five of Cups is this energy of crying over spilled milk, crying over things in the past, lamenting over things in the past, hanging on too tightly to things because you fear you will lose them like you did before. The Page, however, is a learned card. It's an education card. It's re-educating yourself, seeing things in a new way, seeing how your reality is shaped by this sadness, by these fears, by these old experiences. Almost like you're recognizing that the more you stay in this energy, the more it comes into your life, and you really don't want that. You know you don't want that. You don't want to be in this place anymore. And even though you can't articulate it, that it's your feminine, the connection with your feminine, you know it's something inside you that's making you want to push forward more so. I do feel like you are getting things because of the miraculous aid and the whole idea of like a feather showing up. I feel like you are being there's certain things that remind you of your feminine that are popping up for you, whether it's their name or something. Maybe it's a song you both liked or a movie you watched together. Something's bringing you back to those memories so that you can revisit them with fresh eyes. Let's get some cards representing your feminine. Okay. All right, so we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, we have a new beginning in love. This is a water sign, so they could have, you know, they could have Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces in their chart. This is a cup of self-love, of giving love to self. But I feel like this is more of an energy of somebody who loves to give love. Just because the hand's out like this, like they love to give love. They're very loving. They're a very loving individual. On the flip side, some of them are constantly looking for handouts of love. So just be mindful of that it could be. And again, we all do certain things to cope. There's no judgment in any of these readings. It doesn't make them weak or a bad person or anything like that. I just feel like there's some energy here being like, I'm being judged, but there's no judgment, I promise. All right, let's get another card here. All right, so we have the Six of Swords. So they could have Aquarius energy in their chart. But more so I feel in regards to this connection, they couldn't deal with the drama anymore. They couldn't deal with the emotional triggers. They had to sail away. They had to sail away out of the drama, whatever that might mean. Or they go about it, they're trying to avoid drama, avoid confrontation. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I was like, is there any more with that? Like what's, yeah. Yeah. I do feel they had to distance themselves from you or have felt the distance between you. What's on their mind right now? Interesting. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay. So this is not surprising. A lot of the feminine energies are rising, their masculine energy rising, but this is somebody who's really taking control of their own financial abundance. They're working the daily slow grind of creating that abundance for themselves, and they're really focused on their work and what they're doing for work. But it's not the same energy as most masculines have. The masculines have a need to bury themselves in work to avoid the pain and suffering of their emotions, whereas the feminine energy in this particular case is not doing that to avoid pain and suffering, but to create joy and happiness in their life and doing the things that they love and enjoy, and perhaps in service. Okay. What are they feeling in their emotions? Yeah, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. For some, it is in reverse. It popped up in reverse, so I'm going to keep it like that. Only because what they used to think was their legacy is no longer their legacy. So everything's kind of up in the air. When this popped out, it looked like the coins were just floating in midair, right? Like they're just, everything's kind of up in the air for them. And that's a bit of an emotional struggle for them. They could have Virgo in their chart, just so you know. That is a Virgo card. But I feel like it's just like you, masculine, where you are, what you thought was going to be your future is no longer your future. Your twin is mirroring you. You're already married in the soul type level, on a soul plane, if you will. But I feel like it's less of a loss for them, only because they're open to surrendering to better possibilities, because they've done more work on themselves, because they've been aware. Okay. What are they dealing with in the physical, your feminine? Yeah. So we have the Devil. Okay. We have the Devil here. It's codependency, attachment, a need for appearances. So some of them are struggling with what people will think about them, and what society thinks and the status of them. Okay. Some of them are financially codependent on certain things. Some of them are emotionally codependent on certain things. But there is an awareness around this for them. They're being not forced, but they're acknowledging the situations that they're in. Some of them, what's on their mind with this King of Pentacles is to create that independence for themselves. Okay. So they are working through that. I will say whatever's happening with your feminine is going to be mirroring for you in some way. So if you're feminine, Even if you're the feminine watching this and you're showing up this way, your masculine's, you know, struggling with this as well. All right, is your feminine viewing you and the connection? We have the Fool. So this also has a dual meaning. I'm getting a couple separate groups with this, which is why I'm so kind of all over the place. Because there are some that know deep down in their heart that this new beginning belongs to the two of you, straight up. They're not messing around. They don't know how they're going to get there yet, but it doesn't matter. They just know and trust and believe. There are others that are still in this place of feeling like you acted like a damn fool. That's exactly what I heard. So terrible, because they're not saying it in a mean way. They're saying it in the, like, you're an idiot, but you're my idiot, you know, like, and again, there's judgment there. So that judgment has to be dealt with before you guys can come together in a very calm way, but in a very peaceful, loving way, and an accepting way. But that, you know, some of the feminines in this group are still not sure, Aries, if they want this union, because they're not sure what's for their greatest and highest good yet. So they have to figure that out for themselves. And then when you figure that out for yourself, it will be hunky-dory. But you're both kind of in this stasis of reimagining your physical life and what that looks like, being aware of where you're not feeling good and how you can change it, and taking responsibility for those instead of creating validation and expectation of everybody else around you. So we're going to get into the extended version. We talk about hidden factors in this connection, blockages being removed, lessons being learned, how they want to move forward with you, guidance on what you can do right now, masculines, to help yourself, and a message from your feminine's higher self to you. It is in the description box below. I used to offer them individually, but I got in trouble from YouTube because I was sending people off site to pay for them. And it's one of those things that I've been guided to do as an exchange. You give some of it for free, give the good meaty stuff for free. And if they want a little extra help, you can have an exchange for that because it's extra energy for you, is what I'm letting you know. It was channeled. Anyways, if it's helped you in any way, please like, share, comment, and or subscribe. Otherwise, be your peace. Share your light, love yourself, and have an amazing day.